G'day guys and welcome to another Sore Losers product check. These are the OJ double Duros. I normally ride OJ wheels anyway. They're my preferred wheel. These ones I've wanted to try for a while. So when I saw a set of Kieran Woolley's Pro models in a mini combo shape, which is the shape I really enjoy riding from OJ, I had to give them a go. So bear with me on this one because it's a mouthful. These are the OJ Double Duro Kieran Woolley Mini Combo 56mm 101/95 Duro wheels. Anyway, let's get into it. The reason I wanted to try these wheels is if you've watched any episodes on this channel, you'll know I got a history of injury, particularly in my lower back, and I've been on a bit of a quest to find something in the wheel department that's going to take away a little bit of that everyday vibration and still feel like a regular wheel, basically, like a 99 or a 101. Now, I like the way a 101 feels as far as control goes. Slide, everything. But my back hates it. If these wheels do what they say they're going to do, they're going to make it easier to roll over rougher terrain, and they're going to maintain the aspects of a 101 wheel. So I'm excited to try them and see if they deliver what they're advertising there. But let's get straight into it. Let's unpackage these bad boys and see what we've got. All right, so first thing I'm noticing here is the packaging is more like a Spitfire packaging. Like all four wheels are in a row instead of the normal sort of squared off shape. And I just imagine that's to show the shape and the size of the wheel, maybe a different packaging to distinguish between the double Duros and the OJ Elites or any other OJ wheels for that matter. Kieran's graphic, I like the graphic on here actually. I'm glad it's got a little kangaroo. Now this graphic is in gold. I don't know what that's about, if that's just for the 101, because I know you can get a 99 outer Duro as well. The inside Duro is still a 95, so it should have the same feel, except a little bit more grippy. But yeah, I mean, I'm familiar with this shape of wheel. It's a mini combo shape, so it's got a conical on one side, a round on the other. I always ride the conical on the inside. It just gives me a better lock when I'm skating curbs, and let's face it, that's about all I skate. So I'm going to go with what's comfortable for me, and that is that. So yeah, it's a good looking wheel. Like all wheels that OJ do, in my opinion. I'm very familiar with the shape because I have been riding the mini combos for a while. But let's go through some specs because these are a slightly different size than I would normally ride, which is a 54. So I'm going up a couple of millimeters because Kieran's Pro Model wheel is a 56mm. Now the width goes up a little bit with that size difference by a couple of mil. They're 37mm wide and have a 21mm riding surface, which I believe is 1mm more than the 54s. So I don't think that's going to make much of a difference. I don't think 56 as opposed to 54 is going to make much of a difference. Not for the kind of skating I do. If anything, it's going to give me a little bit more lip on that conical side to lock a little bit better. Maybe, I don't know. But we'll see what happens really. But I think that's enough about these wheels. Let's put them on a board and go out for a skate. I've got one spot in mind and we'll see what comes along the way. I might think of something else and hit up a few today. So with that said, let's head out the door and put these wheels to the test. we're back. We're back at home after testing our OJ Double Duro 101A outer 95A inner mini combo shape, and I have some notes. I'll jump right in, make this quick. Some positives. A definite positive is the sound. The sound was great. I thought closer to like a 99 or a 98, but not annoyingly soft like a 92, 93, something like that. So yeah, definitely passed the sound test. Positive there. Another positive is the way they locked in. I've said it before, I'll say it again. The mini combo shape is your perfect curb wheel, in my humble opinion. They lock in perfectly if you flip them and have the graphic on the inside. So that's the conical side on the inside and the rounder side on the outside. They just work so well. They bump up the curb really well. They lock in really well. So that's another positive. And here's yet another positive: impact. So I jumped down some stairs. First time in a while. I did some little wall ride type things. I skated a ditch with the kink at the bottom. And yeah, I mean, I felt pretty good afterwards. My back didn't tweak out. My knees didn't feel sore. Definitely felt more like riding a softer wheel. I wouldn't say as much impact protection as something like the Richter Clouds gave me, but I could definitely tell that there was a softer component to that wheel, being the 95 inner. And I'd say they felt even better than the 95A Nomads, which I also tested, in that the outer is a 101 and they did ride a lot better. They were faster, smoother, just a really good wheel in that sense, in impact. Not a perfect wheel, like they don't take everything out, but I do feel like it's a better wheel for me as an aging skateboarder, a skateboarder in his 50s. So let's jump right on into the neutrals before getting to the negatives. I rode the 56. I normally ride a 54 or below, like a 53, maybe even a 52 sometimes. So I definitely noticed that they were bigger, but it didn't impact me at all. I didn't feel like I was getting wheel bite all the time, especially on slappies, which is important to me. And coming off of slappies, like I do get a little bit of wheel bite at that point of popping out a feeble grind sometimes. With a bigger wheel. That didn't happen in this instance. You can probably tell by the clip. I think I'll run the clip just on loop here while I'm talking anyway, so you can keep watching it. But yeah, 56 didn't bother me, but that's neither here nor there. I don't know what wheel size you ride, but 2mm bigger for me did not impact me at all. I didn't even notice. And I think I might even stick to that size if I do to get another set of these double Duros. Now, the negatives, and this isn't much of a negative. The grip factor when I tried to slide, look, like I said, they sounded more like a 99. They definitely felt more like a 99 when I was doing slides. In saying that, the ground could have something to do with it. It was like driveway or car park style concrete that I was sliding on. And I didn't even want to try a slide in that ditch just because I didn't want to stick in a ditch and end up tumbling down it. So that might not even be a negative. But I'm going to put it in the negatives for now because I got nowhere else to put it, maybe in the neutrals. Here's the only real negative I could come up with, and that's the price. Over $100 Australian. To me, that's pretty steep for wheels, you know. I was kind of freaking out when they were at like 75 and stuff like that, but add another 25% to that, and they are steep. So I'm definitely going to put that in the negative department. But with everything else, and if these wheels do last a while, they might be worth that money. But I still kind of think not, because I don't think wheels are worth $100. Anyway. So that's the negative. In saying that, I'm going to give these 4 ticks on my tick scale, which is out of 5 ticks. So yeah, 4 ticks, and that's only because of the price. I thought they were a great riding wheel, and I'm looking forward to more sessions on these. So yeah, I might do a recap after, 6 months of riding this and see how they last. And maybe, just maybe, they'll be worth that $100+ Australian. So yeah, anyway, if you like this kind of content, please feel free to like and subscribe. Keep the comments coming. Until next time, Damo, Sore Losers Show, out.